Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got more 200X fun today. I just got a TRX200SX engine mounted in the 85 200X frame. Now bear with me here. My mounts are just kind of rough cut and kind of tack welded in place right now. So it's definitely not the prettiest, but I assure you, once everything is all said and done, it's going to look as pretty in stock as that guy over there. So I've got the motor in. Everything's all squared up nice. Chain track's fine. Now, even though the engine is in there, I've got one problem. Where are we going to mount the carburetor? Things are really tight back here. So you can kind of see, if I put the 200SX intake on here, the carburetor is going to want to land about right here. And that's no good. The 200X intake is a little bit better. If I have that in here, the carburetor will fit, but unfortunately, I can't get the slide out because that will hit there. So we're gonna have to make a custom intake. So here's our carb. I'm going to want to end this thing up probably like so. I guess I could have it sitting way back here, but I think if I can line it up to where it sits just like this, the length will be really close to the 200SX intake, and I'll still be able to squeak the slide out through there. I'll have to angle this guy a little bit, but this will work. Now, we need to find some tubing. Tubing. Ah, look, tubing. Yeah, I've done this before in the past on Project Coyote. This video right here, where I had to make a custom intake. Yeah, the inside diameter of this pipe is perfect for this motor. So I think this bend right here is exactly what I need. So I'm going to chop here, steal this piece of metal from this 81, I think 81, ATC110 fork. Okay, so we got a rough cut here. Let's see if this is going to work at all. Put that in there with a little bend, and that would end up about... Actually, I was initially thinking about having it up here to clear this side on the front, but this actually might work pretty good if it's just sitting right here. Yeah, before I get too crazy, I better cover this guy up. All right, perfect. All right, and those little mounting brackets, I'll have to weld those shut. We'll grind that all smooth when we're all said and done, but this is a good start. I apologize for the wind noise in this video. It's blowing about 90 miles an hour outside, so there's a lot of clanking and banging going on, but we're just gonna have to live with it. So let's see, if we line that up as the top, that should work. Let's get our angle right here. So I can cut the angle about like that on the bandsaw. So we'll chop that off, sand that smooth, line that up, see if the carburetor will line up to where I can screw out the slide. Okay, let's see how close we guesstimated. That's lined up there. Put it out about 3/16 for our flange, and that there. Ooh, that's really good. Alright, so there's the stock 200SX intake. And there's the new one. Yeah, about the same length. This is going to run great. Now, we just need to make this flange. So I've got some heavy duty steel. This is going to be the world's heaviest intake when I'm all said and done. Trace this on here, go chop it on the bandsaw. We'll have ourselves the beginnings of a flange. Okay, so we got the beginning of our flange and the 200SX intake. We're just going to line these up, kind of like so. And kind of draw where our mounting holes need to be. And drill those out. See if I can get the marker down inside. Neato. What the heck's going on there? That's some high quality H2O right there. Dang Harbor Freight. There, just like new. Okay, let's make sure this is going to fit and bolt up before we go any further. Lovely. Now that we have our mounting holes drilled, we need to figure out this section here. So on the intake, there's a sealing O-ring that goes up against the engine. You need to cut that in there as well as our inner hole. So my thoughts are, it's 2 hole saws. I'm going to start with this one and just go deep enough to set an O-ring in there. And then after that, I'll pop out the inner hole, and it should look like that when we're all said and done. Whoa! Let's tighten that vise up a little bit. Lovely sound. So you can kind of see what I'm getting at here. Let's keep grinding this down until I can get an O-ring in there. And at that point, we'll put the smaller hole saw in and pop the inner hole out. Which size is going to work? Yep. That is going to seal just beautifully. Let's pop out the inner hole. Okay, so I mounted this to the engine, made a couple lines here and a couple lines there to get my angle correct where the carburetor will clear everything. transition in there is perfect. So what I'll do, take this, we'll go to spot weld here and here, just kind of tack it on, and then we'll make the flange for the carburetor side. So here is the start. Got it brass welded, temporarily just tacked on there just in case I need to reposition anything, but pop that on the motor, it fits. Now I need to make the carburetor flange side of it. Yeah, we'll cut that out really quick, pop that on there, see how it's going to fit on the trike. Ah, gas. There, cut that out. Okay, so let's temporarily mount that there. Grab a little flange, we'll throw that there, line the carburetor up and see if this is going to work. Everything's such a tight squeeze. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Alright, there we go. Second flange. Hot! Whoa. Okay, so we got our flange cut. I don't need to cut the O-ring groove on this side because O-ring's on the carburetor over here. So I should be able to, let's just temporarily put some bolts through here. Come on. Come on. Okay. And now, set this where it needs to be. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. She lines up perfectly. I can take the, slide out. I can get the fuel line there, idle adjustment there, plenty of clearance for the choke. Ooh, too hot. Lines are up, center holes lined up. Yeah, heat this guy up red hot, poke some brass in there. We'll be good to go. Yeah, I think I'll just tack it on for right now, and then we'll go put it back on the bike, make sure everything's going to fit, and then I'll go all the way around both sides, and it should be all sealed up and ready to rock and roll. Psst, psst. Okay, so everything's just tacked together. Should be able to bolt the carb right there, bolt that up to the engine, and hopefully we'll have clearance everywhere. Okay, so I found it's easier to get Get the carbon first. Let it hang out back there. Then get the intake in. That's gone. Okay, folks. Things are looking fantastic. Yep, that's going to work beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. Things are coming along great. Yeah, I'll get the motor mounts all cleaned up really nice so they look factory. Deal with all this crap in the future. Yeah, our chain's working back there. Intake, carburetor's going to work. That's going to be great. I think I'll get like just a 90-degree guide to come off that. So the throttle cable will go through here, up around there, over to the throttle, piece of cake, fuel line, plenty of room to get over there, put a fuel filter on. Last thing I'll do is I'll paint this silver with some automotive paint when I paint the swing arm so it won't corrode and rust. Yeah, we'll be finished with that. So now, yeah, I think throw some electronics on it, put some fuel down there, get a throttle hooked up. Is this gonna run? I think it's gonna run. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this gonna work or not? But yeah, I think that's all the time I got for this week though. But if you want any more videos, you want to see the progress of this guy or the restoration of the 86 over there, be sure to spin on over to my channel. Be sure to hit the like button on the way out. And also, yeah, if you want more Bigfoot Bikes and Brews content, either click the video on the left or on the right, and I'll see you next time.